Math Blast 33, commutative property. 9 times 6 equals 54, so 6 times 9 equals 54. The commutative property tells me that I can flip my factors around and still get the same product. Multiply and divide within 100. 3 times 9 equals what? Well, this says 3 groups of 9, so I know that I can skip count by 9s until I get to the third group, and that would be the product of 3 times 9. So 9, 18, 27. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 8, again, is 3 groups of 8. So this time I'm going to count by 8s until I get to the third group of 8. 8, 16, 24. 3 times 8 is equal to 24. Here I have some division problems. I'm going to use related multiplication facts to help me solve these. 72 divided by 8 equals something. So, something times 8 is equal to 72. Now, this again says to me, how many groups of 8 is equal to 72? If I skip count by 8 until I get to 72, I'll find out how many groups of 8 gets me to 72. Here I have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups of 8 is 72. So 72 divided by 8 is 9. 32 divided by 4 equals something. So something times 4 equals 32. How many groups of 4 is equal to 32? Again, I'll skip count, this time by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Notice that 32 is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th group of 4. So 32 divided by 4 equals 8. Two-step word problems. Rachel has 15 stuffed animals. She finds 3 more. She then shares them equally with 3 friends. How many stuffed animals does each friend receive? Here I'm going to start with an addition problem. I see that Rachel has 15 stuffed animals. She finds 3 more. So now I can figure out how many stuffed animals does Rachel have. That's 15 plus 3. Which we know is 18. Rachel has 18 stuffed animals. That doesn't answer the question. It went on to say that she then shares them equally with 3 friends. So those 18 stuffed animals that Rachel has is going to be equally shared among 3 friends. I'm going to start putting a stuffed animal in each friend's box here until I get to 18. I am equally sharing the stuffed animals among the 3 friends. All 18 stuffed animals have been shared, and notice that each friend gets 6. So 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. In conclusion, we can say that each friend receives 6 animals. Fractions on a number line. Label the fraction for point A. Well, here's point A, and I know the fraction has a numerator and a denominator. The denominator tells me how many equal parts are in the whole. Notice from 0 to 1 is a whole. And if we count the equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts in the whole. So our units are fourths. A is at the first of those 4 parts. So A is at 1/4. Equivalent fractions, visual model. Shade the visual fraction model to find an equivalent fraction. 1/2. Notice 1/2 is modeled here. 1 part is shaded out of 2 parts in the whole. Here, if I shade the same pieces here, or I should say this same space, then I would be shading 2 out of 4 parts. So 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Use the model to write a fraction for one whole. I notice there are 4 parts in the whole. That's my units, fourths. And there are 4 of those parts shaded. So 4/4 is equal to 1 whole. That makes me think that 8/4 is 2 wholes. And it would take 12 of these fourths to make 3 wholes. So 12/4 is equal to 3. Keep in mind, too, that fractions can be thought of as division problems. 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. On the back here, we have area with side measurements. Jack wants to tile a floor using 1 square foot tiles. How many tiles will he need? The floor is 6 feet by 5 feet. I know that I can find area of rectangles by taking the length times the width. The length of the floor is 6 feet. The width of the floor is 5 feet. And 6 times 5 is 30. And feet times feet is square feet. So the area is 30 square feet. Now, before learning about the formula for area of rectangles as being length times width, we learned how we could tile rectangles to find the area. So let's do that to check our answer here. If I make my rectangle broken into 6 columns and 5 rows, then I can count the squares. And I would find that there are 30 squares that make up the area of Jack's floor. Perimeter. Find the perimeter of the shape. Perimeter has this key word in here, rim. When we're finding the perimeter, we're finding the distance around the rim of the figure. So I will start here and go 7 plus this side I know must be 4 units. It is equal to this side here. And this bottom side here must be 7 units because it is equal to the side here. So the perimeter, the distance around the outside, the rim of the figure, is 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. The perimeter is 22 units. The perimeter of this rectangle is 16 units. What are the lengths of the unlabeled sides? Well, I know that these 2 sides are equal to each other. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So if this is 4 units, this must be 4 units also. When I add these 2 sides, I see that 8 units is already accounted for. So 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. 8 more units are left here for these 2 sides. And I need to equally share that. 8 units among the 2 sides because again these opposite sides need to be equal to each other. So making a number bond here, I can see that my 8 units that are left need to be a 4 and a 4 unit sides, 4 units here and 4 units here. So this rectangle is even more specifically named as a square because it has 4 equal sides.